Hey, good evening ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hash, we're playing some more Minecraft today here. And we're back in our base. Spider farm worked out actually pretty well. And I recorded an intro at the spider farm, but I lost my footage, quote unquote. I deleted it like an idiot. Because I thought it was something from yesterday, but it was actually from today. Anyway, so we'll go back there later this episode so you can actually check it out. But let's do some work in our base here. So we have this super smart furnace array, as I called them. And in case you don't know what a smart furnace is, it displays something is like inside the furnace. Right? Lamp is on, something is inside the furnace. So there's nothing in this furnace. This I just took out, so now I need to reset it. It's basically a way to see which furnaces you used after you used them and the light in the furnace is not up anymore. And yeah, these actually have some extra functionality which makes them super smart, but won't talk about that. You can watch the episode where I built this. What I would like to have for this is like a full reset, right? Because I have something in every furnace. I don't want to press every single button here every time I use all the furnaces. I want like one button, maybe over here, that just resets all of them. And I couldn't do that when I originally built these because observer blocks had a bug that made them update on some redstone updates. And I think that's fixed now in 1.11.2. The version I built this in was probably 1.10, maybe 1.11. What else do we need? We need a button. Not sure what kind yet. Doesn't really matter. And some blocks. Dun, dun, dun. Is this still excavator back here? Yeah. Okay. So what we can just do, and what I did before, but what didn't work, to quickly try it, is have this and redstone line. It's like super simple, right? And we need to trigger this twice. And reset all the furnaces. Okay, so this works. Actually, I don't know if it works for the first two, but let's just quickly try. By removing these and replacing these. Played the jingle, which means they trigger twice. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So in that case, we can just have a button here. Let's actually use the stone button, which I left over here. Then put it on there, I guess. And if I draw a redstone line here, does it update anything I don't want it to update? This dispenser, it would update. But that doesn't matter, right? Because we can just have our observer block here. Because we need to trigger it twice, we need a dual edge detector. It's kind of annoying. I guess I should use a slab, but even if I use a slab, I butt power this one. I guess we just go a block up here. Right? Like, easy fix. Get rid of this button, put the observer block here. I never remember how to place these, which way around. Also need to learn my hotkeys again. Okay, this should actually work now, right? Doesn't butt power anything or affect anything else. What shouldn't? Kinda want the XP. I don't have enough inventory space, but that's totally fine. Guess we don't take all the XP. It just randomly drops stuff off because that's what we do. I have an X, what am I doing? Man, I should have just smelted something in here, that would have been faster than replacing all of these. So they all trigger twice. Do they fully reset? Yes. Okay. That's one thing done, pretty much. Pick block, remember it. Ta-da! Let's have a torch here. Okay. Next order of business, after I pick this up so it doesn't despawn, is... I don't know, I kind of want to build bulk storage, but I want to do something else first. This room where we at the moment grow nether wall, and I think there's an auto brewer here for damaged portions. Does this still work in this version? It's out of water bottles. But it should work. Anyways, this is like a big rectangular room. And I've been using this room mostly to like build random stuff, to try random stuff out, right? Or if I need like a farm for a day or something, I build it like in here and then I tear it down. And would be kind of cool because this room is super central to this, right? It's not far away from the storage room and stuff. Would be kind of cool if we had like a room dedicated to that here, right? It's just an empty circular room, or maybe rectangular, we'll see. And if we need to like see if these lazy auto brewers still work, we just build it in here and then tear it down later at some point. So like a redstoning prototyping kind of room that also serves as like a farm room sometimes when you need 1,000 nether wart or whatever. I guess when you need 1,000, you might as well build a decent nether wart farm. But yeah, a room like that. So montage. Thinking about what to do with this room here, specifically down here where we have the path. We don't need to have a path here, right? This could just be another wall, but we had this started at some point because I wanted to connect it to up there, because there's more stronghold there and the nether portal. And I might still do that, but possibly have like glass floor here at the end of the room. Like so, and make this way go down over here. And then I can also have this covered, which I want. Although that doesn't look too nice. Might use full blocks here. In that case, this needs to go downwards though. But shouldn't be a problem, we are at 17. And if we do that, this room originally had 3 exits, right? Over here, here, and there. And we can have like a 4th one here, which is just like an elevator from the path down here. That's how you make like a great base. You have lots of loops. Because instead of going all the way around here, where I'm coming from my storage room, I can just go straight here. And I'm already there, pretty much. So yeah, sick touch. Probably going to do something like this. Maybe. More montage. Oh, and up here is the other part of the stronghold, and we can have another balcony here, probably. I don't remember, was this connected? Darn it, there was stuff in that chest. No, it's not. Okay. Because there's like this little thing, but then the stronghold also goes on here. There's another big room here, which is probably going to be like an entry to the surface at some point. I mean, it's not one big room, it's a set of rooms. But yeah. So I will probably connect this to the balcony. Struggling with words. To this balcony somehow. And still need a way to get up here. There used to be like a staircase here, but I don't want that there. I don't think. I also don't really have the space for a staircase like in the stronghold here. But yeah, balconies are cool. I like balconies. You can jump down. Or you can end up up. It's pretty useful to get around. Also, the floor pattern I'm not super sure about. I wanted something like this where you can easily like see the lines. Basically, when you're doing redstone, it's sometimes useful if you see, oh, this repeater goes exactly along that line. Can't really see that with like stone. I mean, you kind of can because you get used to it when you play Minecraft a lot. But might be a little bit too extreme, this checkerboard pattern. Might also not be. I will keep it for now. But yeah, now for the ceiling, which is might be a little bit of work. Try some stuff, put on a movie or whatever. We'll see. I will be back in a sec. I might have a tiny problem with that balcony, because that's the ocean floor already. But it might be a little bit higher here, because we are below an island, right? And the island is roughly there, I think. It's really hard to tell from down here when you can't look up. So this might be a little bit higher. Or we put the balcony down, but then we have less space vertically here. But yeah, it might look a little bit cooler if it was like 1 or 2 blocks further down. Let's actually try really quick. Yeah, I think I like that a lot more. That looks a lot better from down here. I'm probably not as cool from up here. It's still probably cool. Also, I don't know. Maybe not have it go for the full length, because then it's like super symmetrical in here, and that's not really great. Or cut this in half, put a wall on one half or something. We'll see. Oh, it's the grand reveal. I actually like this. It used to be a lot more busy, now it's a little less busy. But you didn't see the busy version. There were a lot more of these stairs. And the arcs like we have like this already looks considerably more busy. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's not super symmetrical. Actually, try to remove symmetry for the most part. Because it's a rectangular room, right? There's like a lot of points to be made to make this super symmetrical, because you can. It's super easy because you just do 1/4 and then copy the stuff, quote unquote. And then it looks kind of good, but symmetry, like real symmetry, never really looks all that great in most cases. It doesn't look natural, and I want this to have like a natural, really gritty cave kind of feel, like there's supports going on, and no one really knew what he was excavating, so the supports are all over the place, quote unquote. They're not like super symmetrical. They didn't plan this room. I didn't plan this room. I just dug it out and then added supports as I went. It's the story behind the room. I'm not sure if someone needs a story behind the room. It's not the real story behind the room, because I deliberately added randomness, but what the heck. I think it looks more natural this way. It feels a lot better than having something symmetrical. I mean, you can have that like when you build a castle. That makes sense. That's so symmetrical. For like underground mine thingy. Not really. Anyways, 2 things I'm missing here. One is the crafting table. Super useful. Super obvious. I'm not sure why I forgot one. Forgot one? Forget one? What? Forgot one. Learn to how to past tense. What is past tense? I don't know. Anyways, I don't just want to take like this block out and put a crafting table here. I don't think that would work all that great. Probably doesn't look too well. So what we can actually do is have like a block swapper, which we will get some redstone in a sec here and build one together. And another thing that might be really useful in here is like water, like an infinite water source. And I have no idea where to put this. I had an idea, didn't try that yet, to just take out like this and open this to the ocean and have like a little trough here. We need a 3 white thing, right? For an infinite water source. We can't build it like here. And also adds a little bit more, or a little bit less symmetry to the room. I could also do it here. I don't know. Actually, I want to do it here because we have the water drops coming out of that hole and that hole. So let's revert this change if we can. Big blocks, so useful. I don't have blocks to fill in there. Guess we fill this in with cobble. No, I got way too much OCD for that. I don't have OCD, by the way. For some reason, I want to fill this in with stone. Okay, and take this out. And we need to tower up a little bit, I suppose. Okay, there's our hole to the ocean. Blows like everywhere. It's not a shovel. Oh, right, now we need to like block this. Because it flew off before. This should work, right? Okay, take this out, take this out, take this out. And I need to put water sources in here. How does this look? Oh, yeah, that's a... I wish this was one block further back, but there's stuff behind here, right? Well, not really. This is like a thicker wall. Well, yeah, I might do that. Might put this one block back. But yeah, I can do that off camera. It's just something I want to show. Need a water source when you build stuff sometimes. When you build like potion stuff. Water is really useful. I don't need iron, I need like pistons. Ah, sorry for the cut, but I forgot something. I forgot to look at this thing. So I want a block swapper like this one that works on the falling and rising edge and not like a T flip-flop. And I actually want to look at that because I don't remember exactly how it works. It's like a torch goes into a block, right? That powers a torch and one tick delay on the other piston, so they are on the same delay. And then we have a dual ejector in the form of this observer block goes into this with a torch to the middle piston. Okay. And this middle piston then updates the outer pistons with these observers. Okay. Oh, by the way, this double extender is like amazing. Because it's just this torch, this observer block, and this piece of redstone. I don't remember who built this. I saw this a couple of months ago. But yeah, the way it works is amazing. But I won't go into that. You can just build it yourself and then see. Not complicated, right? It's just 3 blocks. Okay, I hope you didn't spawn here. Or maybe he did. Doesn't matter. Can this creeper get me? Yes. When I build the block swapper. So I want to build it in this corner here. And there's a challenge here, because we might not have enough space. And by the way, reason I want to build that block swapper, it's not really practical here, right? Because we have a lever instead of a button. We could just build the button thing. Actually, I want that lever to be here. We will swap this block. Is my idea. I want to see how hard they are, or how big they are when you build them like next to a wall and not like up down but left right, right? Because potentially this is amazing because you can like hide block swappers for crafting tables anywhere, and you just put a pressure plate on the floor. When you're on it, you see the crafting table. When you go off, it like disappears without having to build like a dual ejector or something. Okay, so let's figure out where we need the pistons. We need one piston. It's in the middle block. This one. Piston like so. And I already see a problem. There's not a lot of space here, but maybe we can make it work. The problem is that this lever... What powers this piston, right? Yeah, it does. Which I guess means we actually do need it up here. Why am I powering this? Okay, and then we need to somehow take the signal from that. Can't go down with this sticky piston and redstone block. Can't go this direction because of the node blocks. Guess we go left. It's in the right spot, right? Doing redstone on camera is not the greatest. How do you say? QED? Quad error demonstrandum? I made it work. But it took like 10 minutes, so I cut it. So let's actually look at the redstone stuff. It triggers one node block, which I don't like, and there's another bigger problem that I don't like, which is why I want to probably tear this down. Not sure why I said it like that. Probably take it out. So it works fine. It just triggers one node block here. And it's relatively small even, but there's just not enough space here, which is the problem. Also, I built this and then I realized I couldn't power a lamp. This lamp here. And I had to rebuild like half of it just to be able to power that lamp. But yeah. The bigger problem is that this piston shows, and I don't want that. Because this is going to be an elevator. Not the greatest. So what I actually want to do is to build it like up-down. So not that the crafting table comes like from the floor up. It's still going to come from the back. But this piston is going to be up, and that piston back there is going to be down. So they're not left-right, but up-down. Can maybe work. Actually, that wouldn't work at all, right? Because there's a wall here. I'm an idiot. Never mind. I don't know what to do now. Could build it like here somewhere. Could also hide one under the water or something. Crafting table. Or maybe we just leave it and have like a piston here and say this is decoration. Like so. It doesn't even need to be a piston, can be a furnace. Right? Okay. Anyways, let's go to the spider farm. I don't think this is a great path. This is kind of annoying walking through this. Alright, so this is how it's set up right now. Use more water streams than I initially planned to, and I don't really use the AI anymore. But with this ladder setup, they all get pushed into the corner, or like 99% of them. And they stack up to infinity, even though max entity cramming is default, which is 24, I think. Just to prove that, we will just AFK here for a little bit. So I'm going to be right back. Oh, what a beautiful sound. And we are up to like 100. So there's a couple at the top here, but it's not too many. And there's a big stack at the bottom here. And the cool thing is that when you swipe them, they don't get like dislodged. They all stay in the corner like that. And this sword is amazing. It's got like sweeping edge 3 and looting 3. Oh, I never showed the enchanting run, right? That's pretty cool. And back in my base, and I built the elevator. Yay! Super simple. It's just string into an observer block into a piston. We use this piston because the observer otherwise acts as a dual edge detector, would trigger twice. And it still works if it triggers twice, but use this piston as like a T flip-flop, right? Because it extends to the block and then pulls it back on the second trigger when we leave the string. Anyways, it goes into 2 ticks of delay for the slime block piston, 5 ticks for the top piston. That's pretty much it. So pretty cool. Anyways, for this last bit of the episode, I want to talk about bulk storage. We don't have time to build bulk storage, but talk about it. Because no space for stuff in my... Wow, scary. In my storage room, like for millions of copper, right? And think about where we build it, probably below here. It seems to be nice, it's nice and central. And talk about bulk storage systems, right? Like there's different trains of thought. The obvious one everyone knows. It's like the silo design where you have like hopper into chest, hopper into chest. You take all the items out of the bottom chest, which is kind of nice. It's kind of not nice that you fill it from the top. That's kind of annoying. Especially here, where we don't have a ton of vertical space, because we are already at 16. And because we basically, depending on how big you make the stack, you need like 2 points. One where you fill stuff in, one where you put stuff out. This is great for mob systems and stuff though, where it automatically gets filled, right? And you kind of can prevent that system by having like a second chest next to this, like a trap chest, and an item elevator. But at that point it's not one wide tileable anymore, and not really great. So number 2 is super simple. Everyone knows that because it existed forever. You put a chest on a chest on a chest. Advantage, it's like the smallest thing you can do. You can like have another one wide thing next to it with like trap chests. Disadvantage is you gotta open like multiple chests, right? Like you gotta manually fill stuff in and then manually fill stuff in here. You have stuff in different chests and so on. And there's no way to like cycle this. You need to be able to access all the chests. You can't have like a window and you access like every chest through that one wide window. So I fixed that. Okay, then there's another one, which is a minecart stack, and I think I'm going to use that because pretty much only has advantages. Disadvantage is its entities instead of tile entities. Not a huge disadvantage though. So how do we do this? Dun, dun, dun. I need to stop using my mouse wheel because it's broken. So you basically have power rates. I don't have power rates right now, but you put a minecart, push it over. With power rates, this would work better. Let's destroy that minecart. And let's... Darn it, I need to stop using my mouse wheel! It's kinda annoying. Every mouse I buy, the mouse wheel breaks after like a year. I'm not sure why. Anyways, you have like a stack of minecarts. You can access this from a 1x1 window. And if you want the next minecart, you press a button and the piston pushes the bottom minecart out. And all the minecarts from the top fall down. Again, only disadvantage is its entities and it's going to be in spawn chunks. Which might not be great. But it might not be my long-term solution. It might just be my short-term solution. Because there's a way to improve all of these systems. And it's with shulker boxes. I don't have shulker boxes though, and there's going to be some length of time before I fight the Ender Dragon and collect shulker boxes and stuff. And then I can redo it. Then again, the minecart stack with shulker boxes, it's like best of all worlds, I think. Unless I can come up with a cool automated system, but haven't played around with shulker boxes yet. Like, not at all. Because you can place and destroy these, right? And put them somewhere else. You can basically access all your bulk storage from like a 1x1 hole. In theory. Anyways, minecart system. Going to build it below here, most likely. Because there's nothing else here. And we have like 14 blocks of height. It's like enough for 28 minecarts on top of each other. Can be one wide tileable minecart thing. Should be good enough for the time being. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. I will see you again next time. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye. And thanks for watching.